So what is RAM limitation? If a computer is running a 32-bit processor, the maximum amount of RAM it can address is 4 gigabytes. Computers running at 64-bit processing speed can handle hundreds of terabytes of RAM. Software incompatibility is a characteristic of software components or system which cannot operate satisfactorily together on the same computer or on different computers linked by a computer network. They may be components or systems which are intended to operate corporately or independently. Microsoft Windows, also called Windows and Windows OS, computing operating system developed by Microsoft Corporation to run personal computers, PCs, featuring the first graphical user interface, GUI, for IBM compatible PCs. The Windows OS soon dominated the PC market. The Mac is the family of personal computers designed, manufactured, and sold by Apple. Since January 1984, the original Macintosh is the first successful mass-market all-in-one desktop personal computer to have featured a graphical user interface, built-in screen, and mouse. Linux is an open-source operating system. An operating system is a software that directly manages a system hardware and resources, like CPU, memory, and storage. The OS sits between applications and hardwares and make the connection between all of your software and the physical resources that do the work. A mobile operating system is an operating system for mobile phones, tablets, smartwatches, two-in-one PCs, smart speakers, or other mobile devices. So what is a Microsoft tablet? Surface is a line of tablet computers developed by Microsoft and sold under their brand. Surface tablets have a 10.6-inch wide touchscreen display and come with USB support, dual Wi-Fi antennas, a built-in kickstand to make the tablet stand up by itself, and an optional keyboard that doubles as the tablet covers. Android OS is a Linux-based mobile operating system that primarily runs on a smartphone and tablets. The Android platform includes an operating system based upon the Linux kernel, a GUI, a web browser, and an user application that can be downloaded. iOS 13 is the 13th major release of the iOS mobile operating systems developed by Apple Inc. for their iPhones, iPod Touch, and HomePod lines, the successor to iOS 12 on those devices. It was announced at the company Worldwide Developers Conference on June 3, 2019, and released on September 19, 2019. Google Chrome OS is an open-source, lightweight operating system. It uses 1/6 as much hard drive space as Windows 7 and is intended for netbooks or tablet PCs that access web-based applications and store data from remote services. The Chrome OS is to lean that the boot time is about 7 seconds. An update is a new, improved, or fixed software which replaces older versions of the same software. For example, updating your operating system brings it up to date with the latest drivers, system utilities, and security softwares. Updates are often provided by the software publisher free of additional charge. So how do you know what is compatible with your PC? Check the motherboard CPU socket and compare against your chosen processor. See what RAM the motherboard supports, example being DDR 2300 MHz. Similar to the board, see what RAM the CPU can support. whether or not the motherboard will support and GPU SLI configuration. Compatibility issues come with when users are using the same type of software for a task, such as word processors, that cannot communicate with each other. This could be due to a difference in their versions or because they have made by different companies. Windows 7 is the Microsoft Windows operating system released commercially in October 2009. As the successor to the Windows Vista, Windows 7 is built on the Windows Vista kernel and was intended to be an update to the Vista operating system. It uses the same arrow user interface UI that debuted in Windows Vista. Windows 8 is a major release of the Windows NT operating systems developed by Microsoft. It was released to manufacturing on August 1st, 2012. It was subsequently made available for download via MSDN and TechNet on August 15, 2019, and later to retail on October 26, 2019. Windows 8.1 is a release of the Windows NT operating system developed by Microsoft. It was released to manufacturing on August 27, 2013, and broadly released for retail sale on October 17, 2013, about a year after retail release of its procedures, and succeeded by Windows 10 on July 29, 2015. Windows 10 is a major release of Microsoft Windows NT operating systems. It is direct successor to Windows 8.1, which was released nearly 2 years earlier. It was released to manufacturing on July 15, 2015, and later to retail on July 29, 2015. So what is the difference between enterprise computers and personal computers? Business computers are built with higher grade components so they can be used for several hours a day, several days a week, more customizable. Consumer machines for home use may offer different storage amounts or higher quality display, but their custom options are otherwise pretty limited. An access domain is a unique host name that is assigned to a particular service. It will always resolve to your service regardless of whether any other domain has DNS pointing to the service. This makes it very useful for various previews and connection functions. BitLocker is a full volume encryption features included with Microsoft Windows version starting with Windows Vista. It is designed to protect data by providing encryption for entire volume. By default, it uses AES encryption algorithm and cipher blocks chaining or XST mode with 128-bit or 256-bit key. So what is home theater PC? A home theater PC or media center computer is a convertible device that combines some or all compatibilities of a personal computer with a software application that focuses on video, photo, audio, playback, and sometimes video recording functionality. HTPC and other configuration device integrated components of a home theater into a unit co-located with a home entertainment system. An HTPC system typically has a remote control, and the software interface normally has a 10-foot 3-meter user interface designed so that it can be comfortably viewed at typical television viewing distance. BranchCache stores copies of content from the central data center or cloud providers, effectively caching that content at the remote location. The cached content is either stored on remote servers or endpoint systems. EFS also known as encrypting file systems, provide an added layer of protection by encrypting files or folders on various versions of the Microsoft Windows OS. EFS is a functionality of New Technology File System (NTFS) and is built into a device via the operating system. The desktop-style user interface, also known as UI, is the point of human-computer interaction and communication in a device. This can include display screens, keyboards, a mouse, and the appearance of a desktop. It is also the way through which a user interacts with an application or a website.